Hello everyone, TinaGale back with another process video, and today I have a layout that I'm creating for a challenge that I am hosting on a private message board. So I thought I would open it up to my YouTube followers and my blog followers as well. So I will have my own prize for the ones that are entered through there, since not everyone can be a part of this message board. So my challenge is to scrapbook photos of your scrappy friends, if you have any that you scrap with, even long distance, or you live near someone, or if you don't have anyone that you scrap with, because I know I went a lot of years without any friends that I could scrapbook with, and now I'm fortunate to have several that live close to me, not right in the same town, but fairly close, and I have several online friends. So if you don't have those, then any friends. But I would like to see just a layout honoring the friends in your life and what they mean to you. So if you will upload a link to a photo of your layout, it could be in one of the galleries or something, just as long as that I can see that layout, then I will be choosing a winner. And let's see, this is going to post on January 16th, 2015. So I will give you 7 days. So I will draw a winner on Wednesday, January 22nd, 2015. So upload your layout somewhere and leave a link either below on the YouTube channel, below this video, or you can, if you're reading through my blog and watching there, then you can also leave it in the link on that blog post, whichever is easiest for you. But leave a link to your layout so that we can all check it out, and then I will be drawing a winner for a prize. I'll put together some scrappy goodies. So be sure to join all of us. Okay, so for my layout, I'm using the Amy Tan Stitched collection, and I really loved this cloud paper when I saw it. For some reason, I really like cloud, so I used it as my background, and I just cut it down a little bit, about 1/4 of an inch on 2 sides, and matted it on white cardstock. And then the larger kind of peachy pink, I used the EK Success. It's a large scallop border, but it has an embossed dot. And if you don't press really hard, then the embossing doesn't show up. But I love using that really large scallop on layout. So I just punched a border on that. And then this was the branding strip, and I just trimmed it down where it was a little bit thinner, and then just a thin strip of the cardstock. And when I glued it down, I sat and forgot that I wanted the peach cardstock on the opposite side, so I ended up pulling it up. But now that I'm sitting and I see it through the video, I kind of like it here too, so, I guess it really didn't matter, but I had it in my head, so I changed it when I realized that I hadn't done it. And that's so funny, when I sit and I edit these videos, I start looking and going, oh, I like that. Or I laid something down, and then when I picked it up to adhere it, I forgot how I had it and did it different. And so I don't know, I think I need to scrap my video or something so I don't forget, or I can see it. I don't know, I see more when I'm looking at it this way than I am when I'm scrapping. So I just have a few of the ephemera pieces from the Amy Tan Bits package, and it has these floral pieces that match one of the pattern papers, and so I was really wanting to use those. It had these scissors, and again, like the other layout that I shared that was actually from the same weekend, these are some of my PEEP friends from the National Scrapbooking Day last year, the layout that I shared previously. So these were just some of the close-ups of just some of them, not all of them because you can't catch all of them, but a few of them. So I decided to use this pair of scissors from the die cuts on this layout to kind of mimic the ones that are on the other page. So I just kind of play around a little bit because I just kind of wanted them up. I knew I was going to have a really long title, and so that it was going up over on that side, and then I would have the embellishments under the photo. And so I had already kind of built that little cluster that's going under the photos, and I just used one of the rulers and then a little journaling spot. And then this banner piece was actually from a different packet but I'd kept trying to use it because I loved the little quote that was on it. It says, "Pages filled with memories, stories, and happiness." And I hadn't been able to tie it into any layout so far, so it was perfect for this layout since we were all working on pages filled with memories, stories, and happiness. And so it was just a really fun weekend. And so here, this is one of the pieces, but I wanted it just cut in a circle. So one of the tips, if you're trying to cut something small like that, is if you'll just temporarily adhere it to another piece of paper and then punch it, it's a lot easier. And it doesn't matter what the paper is. You'll see that was what I had cut a title from, and it wasn't even a complete piece, but it didn't matter. I just needed something stable so that I could hold that piece inside of there so that I could punch it out. But I wanted it to, since I had the large circle at the bottom, I wanted it a true circle. That other one was kind of scalloped, rough scalloped edge, whatever. And I wanted it just a little bit smaller than the circle that was at the bottom. Because it's really best if your embellishments are not all the same sizes, if you'll mix them up into different sizes. So one little trick if you hadn't done that before. And so here's the title, and the title comes from the Cut Shoppe. I'll have links down below. But I was going through some of their backgrounds because I'd been looking for some background files, and I saw this title, and this was actually the title of the challenge on the message board that I gave, was "You've Got a Friend in Me," because I love that song from the Disney movie, the Toy Story movie. So when I saw that title, it's like, oh, absolutely, had to buy it and use it for this layout. And since I really wanted a long title, because I knew I was going to have this large block photo, it was just perfect. I think she designed it just for me. So anyways, if you're interested in the title, it's from the Cut Shoppe, and I'm actually going to enter this layout in one of the challenges on their blog for using some of their files. So I just used my new silhouette and cut it. So I'm just using my liquid glass to adhere the title down. That's my go-to glue for anything like that. My title, my chipboard, wood veneers. Anytime I have a wet glue, I'm always using the liquid glass. It just holds really strong. It dries clear. I don't have problems with clogging as long as I keep it stored upside down, or like you see there, just laying it down on its side. So my little scissors, you saw me, I just kept fussing, kind of moving them around, trying to figure them out. I really liked it when I first laid them down up by the title, but once the title was down, it just really interfered with the title. I wanted it to really have a strong presence, and so I moved it down to the bottom of the journaling spot and kind of like it was clipping through that banner, so I really liked that. And this little camera too, I kept trying to put it in. I really loved it because the colors were perfect. It had that pop of yellow with the black and the gray, but I just couldn't work it into the layout. I couldn't figure out a way. So basically I just kept it down to the flowers and then just the little words. So I'm just going to add my enamel dots, and I just used some yellow and then some white ones just to kind of scatter around and to finish that layout off. I didn't do a whole lot too heavy. I did use some in the flower die cut into the center of the flowers. That's something that I really like to do too. If you like using enamel dots, that's a good place to put them, is in there. So I hope you enjoyed this layout. I'll have still shots at the end. I'll have links to all of the products below the video, or if you're reading on my blog, they're always in my blog post. Be sure to join in the challenge. Get your pictures of your friends. If you have scrappy friends, I'd love to see them. If not, just a layout honoring friendship. And be sure to link it up so that we can all enjoy it. One last thing that I have been doing that's a tip that might help you is I've kept my roller stamps, or my roller date stamps, on my desk because I'm really bad if I don't know the date right then and I don't put it on my layout. I let it sit and then I never go back and find the date and add it. And so now I'm just trying to go ahead and use the date stamps and put it on my layout somewhere right as I'm creating it, so that if I don't get to the journaling or whatever, at least the dates are there and I'm not going to have to go back and look that up, because it's easy for me to sit down and add the journaling in, but I don't always know the date and I would have to go look it up. So that's one tip. If you don't journal and date your layouts right away, then the roller date stamp might be something for you. So I hope you enjoyed this process video. Be sure to join me at tiggerscrapplace.blogspot.com and subscribe here on YouTube. Here are the still shots, and thanks for joining, and we will catch you